Hey guys, welcome to a new custom story layout video, a custom story set more like. Now you may be wondering, why are we looking at Thomas's wheels and why are they derailed? Well, in case you didn't read the title before you clicked on this video, this is a story set based on the season 3 episode Thomas Gets Bumped. So let's take a look at this set, shall we? Now, as you've noticed by now, we are not in my room. I decided to build this story set on my backdrop table in my garage. So, yeah, I thought it would be a nice change to do this sort of thing in the garage for a little bit, like every now and then, depending on how big and spread out the sets are. And yeah, so let me back up a bit just so you can see the whole layout from one angle and one shot. So yeah, oops, bumped into the table a little. Alright, let's show off this layout and see what unique additions and features it has. So this layout, it's not exactly a complete oval, but it is kind of ovalish shape because it just circles around like an oval, but it also has a line down the middle. So on this middle line, we'll start here at this switch. This comes to where Thomas has derailed with Annie and Clarabelle. Now I'll just move Thomas back and put him back on the rails real quickly. This squiggly piece of track is not from the brand of Thomas Winter Railway. I don't remember where I got this or exactly what brand it is. I don't want to guess it wrong during this video, but I did get this piece of track several years ago. And so I thought it could work good for the piece of track that had been bent by the hot sun. Other options, like really one other option there could be that's an actual piece of Thomas track, is the wacky track. But in order to do that, you could either like have the track squiggle a little, or I believe what I used to do when I was younger maybe was that I would take the track and kind of like just make it into a heap. Like the track would not be all laying flat, like some parts would kind of like be uprooted and standing sideways like this instead of like this. That would kind of be my Thomas Gets Bumped track when I was growing up. I think I used to do that. But yeah, this squiggly piece of track, if this was an actual set, this squiggly piece of track would be an exclusive piece. So if Thomas can carefully make his way over this piece of track, FYI, this track is not completely level with either side that it's on because it's like sitting on the center of my table. So it's not completely like pressed flat on the table. It's a little off balance or just teetering a little. So basically, see, it's not completely flat and level with this tracks that it's connected to, because it's like right on the center of the table, which is a little not completely flat, as I keep saying. Anyways, let's move on. We come to this switch, come around this corner, and here we head into the goods yard where Thomas is sent to work after his line gets closed to be repaired. Now the goods yard has two three-way switches here and 6 pieces of straight track. It could have been enough to just do 3 pieces, but I decided to have 6 so that there could be more room to put trucks here in the yard. So in the episode of Thomas Gets Bumped, when Thomas is working in the yard, he is mainly seen shunting empty trucks, though they're a little shorter than what these trucks would be in the show. They're shorter trucks, but I chose this gray troublesome truck because it's an empty truck rather than using an empty cargo car with no cargo or something like that. So yeah, in the episode, Thomas is seen shunting some empty trucks, particularly in some deleted / extended scenes of a shot of him shunting, which can mainly, the main example I can give that you can see this shot is in the Every Cloud Has a Silver Lining song. So yeah, Thomas is shunting empty trucks. The reason why there's a truck full of rocks over here is because some promotional images show Thomas shunting trucks of stone rather than empty trucks, though he's not actually shunting them like this. He's being coupled up to them with them behind him. But I thought I would include this truck so there's a little more variety of rolling stock. So then we come back to this junction, and if we go this way, I included this highway crossing, even though there's not really a level crossing in the episode. I decided to just include it to expand the roadway features of this layout. So yeah, I just decided to include it as a bonus. Here we have Birdie, my little custom Birdie, which has the face of the 2000s, the year of the 2000s Birdie, with a little bit of that top thing cut off the top of his face, and it's just on the very first Birdie model, so he can be carrying passengers, since in the episode he does have to take Thomas's passengers when Thomas's line gets closed for a while. And then I'm going to zoom in here with my camera. This track comes to Farquar Station because Farquar is in the episode. This is the Tommy Farquar Station because Farquar obviously was never made in Wooden Railway. And then we have a figure here that works as that could work as the station master. And even though this is Farquar, there is no. This could suffice as the goods station that Thomas stops at when he sees the school children on the bridge here. So yeah, the station that Thomas stops at is Dry Off Goods Station. But I decided that I would include the pedestrian bridge near Farquar to resemble the scene where the children and the station master of the goods station tell Thomas that the school bus broke down and the children need a ride to the next station. So yeah, I decided to include the pedestrian bridge, even though it's more like a road bridge, I think it might be, that the children are on, because it doesn't have stairs on the sides of the bridge. It's not like on the platform of the station, it's up ahead. Like, I would believe it's either a footbridge or a road bridge. It's just not a pedestrian bridge like this, but I decided to still include it for extra features and all that. So yeah, I have two figures of children on the bridge. I just can't really get at a good enough angle. This will have to do. But yeah, these are the children that Thomas has to help take to the next station. And even though the signals are not on the bridge in the episode, there's a separate signal that stands by the track. I still included the signals on the bridge because they'll still suffice being on the bridge rather than off to the side of the track. And that's pretty much all there is on this custom story set of Thomas Gets Bumped. So yeah, I hope you like it. And I will soon be making other videos in the near future, like maybe a few remakes, an updated collection video, and then I'll soon be, hopefully while it's still summer, beginning to work on the second season of Medieval Misadventures, the reboot. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.